How much anything that I'm about to say matters depends on the understanding I have of what you're talking about. It sounds like when you're bending forward, you're feeling it here in your hips. You talk about impingement, it's like a stinging feeling, and some people might call it a cramp by another word. Whatever that feeling is, when it's here, it doesn't feel good. And it doesn't seem like it makes it easy to work out when that happens. And the comments here are saying it's common. It truly is not a regular day-to-day motion to try to do this. And that means that it's so regular for people to feel tight there. When you tighten that to that degree, it can hurt and limit your mobility. Obvious enough that that symptom is there, and what can you do about it? That's the question. So for the picture you show, that move, getting your belly to the ground, is easier the wider your legs are. So if my legs go as wide as my legs can go, then it's like, as I bend down, my belly touches the ground. As I go closer, not so much. And that's because the hips get in the way. And then what that means is the narrower you go, the more you're likely to feel that tightness when you try to press into it. One way to get past what you're talking about is to open wider. Now, that said, if it matters to you to get the pancake, which is usually talked about as being about 90 degrees, and you're feeling that, well, how do you handle it? Practice. So I tend not to practice into pain. As soon as I hit that impingement feeling, I stop, I chill out. As people like to go and progress, some folks just work past the cramp. It's common. One way to work past it is in between sets to train the opposite motion. Now, at the same time, at the beginning of a workout, you're going to be more tight than at the beginning. So one thing you can do, it might sound paradoxical, is train longer. An example workout that's going to work towards the pancake split would be 3 exercises at 3 sets each. First exercise, doing some straddle leg lifts. The second one being doing the direct pancake move, like that. And you can work on what you'd like to do. If you'd like to do a third one, you could either go with pikes, which aren't training the direct straddle, but they're giving you that motion forward in a different way, complement it. Whatever it is that you like to do in your training, when you're working on those, you're going to feel that impingement. Treat it how you like, knowing that some folks work past it. That to my comfort, I pause because I think that I'm not going to feel as motivated if I have to deal with that every single time that I'm going to work out. In between sets, you can pop your leg up on the wall and train the opposite motion. So it's going to open your quads more when you press into the wall like that, and do the reverse of what you're trying to do. So instead of compressing, you're expanding, and when you're resting, doing this, you give yourself a little bit of the counter in order to keep yourself from getting so tight. And you can do that too by pressing when you're down in about 90 degrees forward with your back leg. So Reese, what does that all mean? Well, everybody's been there. It is not fun to be there. All in all, you got a good future ahead of you as long as you're consistent with it. And with that said, enjoy.